Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are looking for a space to learn new things, be inspired and have fun, you are in the right place. Here I share tips, ideas, opinions, and a lot of information about different interesting subjects. So if you like diversified and quality content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Let's go together on this journey of knowledge and entertainment. Reflections to rethink and realign the meaning of International Women's Day. As a member of the Mexican Foreign Service, I was in charge of representing the Gender Equity Unit, and I remember the debate about whether International Women's Day should be celebrated or commemorated. Along these lines, I propose that instead of celebrating or commemorating, we raise our awareness of equality through reflection. Since 1911, the International Conference of Socialist Women in Copenhagen, Denmark, established March 8 to commemorate the struggle for women's equality, mainly with the aim of improving their working conditions and their right to vote. Throughout history, the accumulation of experiences of oppression and discrimination that women have gone through has been recorded in the collective unconscious of humanity. We see this reflected in a distorted belief system about the worth of women, their self-esteem, self-concept, and the roles they play. This was passed down from generation to generation. We can see that gender stereotypes are not only reflected in art, literature, politics, the media, lack of equity in representation in senior management roles and so on, but also in thoughts, feelings, beliefs, attitudes, and decision-making. The idea that women are sentimental, inconstant or irrational, weak or sensitive, is part of judgments, predispositions, perceptions, and interpretations of reality according to what is inherited, modeled, seen or learned. The truth is that men can also be sentimental, fickle, irrational, weak or sensitive. These are characteristics of being human. The urgency of transforming the social and cultural structures in which inequality and discrimination coexist requires everyone's efforts. Recognizing and valuing people's roles and contributions as human beings in all spheres of life is a process that requires the committed participation of society as a whole. If you're reading this, regardless of your gender, you were born to a woman who did what she could with the tools at her disposal to push you forward or not during the early years of your life. Regardless of your relationship with her today and your efforts not to repeat what you didn't like, you certainly inherited ways of being, thinking, acting and feeling. The reflection I propose is to review the messages you remember receiving about women. The ability to respond to the consequences of our actions is learned and requires awareness to recognize, on the one hand, our value and capabilities, talents and skills as individuals and, on the other hand, to understand the impact we cause with the decisions we make and those we don't. In the following exercise, observe and recognize whether your relationships with others are horizontal or vertical. A horizontal relationship is one that recognizes the equality of the other person, in which you recognize yourself as equal to the other person. This goes far beyond gender. A vertical relationship implies a hierarchical value through doing or having, which implies a distortion of being. Do you recognize the value of others for who they are, regardless of their social position, gender, age, economic capacity, position they occupy, etc.? And more importantly, do you recognize your worth for who you are, regardless of your social position, gender, age, economic capacity, position you occupy, and so on? I invite you to reconsider the collective interpretation of the phrase, women's empowerment. It's not a buzzword thrown around during marches or around a national news story. Take it as an acknowledgement that women are already powerful. In this sense, it does not mean that they become powerful. It is not about someone losing or someone winning, it is about learning to assume and exercise the I can that is already theirs. I invite you this International Women's Day to recognize and honor the value, talents, and contributions of women in your closest circle. If you are a woman, I invite you to reflect on your own journey and the barriers you overcame to get to where you are today. Share your story and encourage other women to do the same. Let's celebrate each other and keep fighting for true gender equality. And if you are a man, I invite you to be an ally, to listen and learn from women, and to use your privilege and power to support and uplift the women in your life and society at large. Together, we can create a world where International Women's Day is not just a day, but a reality every day. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.